Welcome to your World Geography tutorial. I'm going to quickly talk about the materials and resources that are at your disposal for learning in World Geography class, and then the daily procedures that are going to help you to be successful in terms of learning this new content. First thing that you're going to need in front of you is your textbook, which will be available to you in the physical textbook resource or an online textbook. You'll need your daily notes to go along with each of the lessons that's assigned. Those will come home in your homework folders. And you'll also need your Chromebook to access where that information is on Google Classroom. Next up, we'll talk about the daily procedures that are going to be used for completing what would be your World Geography activity for the day. You would log into Google Classroom and find the day of the week that you're working on. Let's just say it's Thursday, and find where that World Geography material is. You'd click on that material and it would open up what would be today's instructions. You'd read through those instructions and understand that you need to watch a video, take corresponding notes, and read through the assigned section. Now, most of those things would be linked here. The other way in which you could find that material for World Geography class is down here in the resource section, where I've got the link to McGraw-Hill's connected page where you can log into your World Geography material. Now, once you are at this page, your login information will bring you to a page that looks a little bit different, because McGraw-Hill actually has your geography content and Mr. Hosbach's connected content, your study sync, on the same page. We'll click into what the student edition looks like in geography just so you can see what that looks like. Here's where you could access your online textbook if you didn't want to actually use the physical textbook itself for completing today's or the day's activities. Below here in this chapter tab, you can find out any of the different chapters throughout the entire textbook, and then in each chapter you can figure out what activity and or lesson that we're going to be doing that would correspond with the instructions that you've read. So let's just use example 1, chapter 1, example lesson 1 as our first example. Click go, and it opens up what would look like the inside of your textbook. You can see over here on the right hand side there are a ton of lesson resources. A lot of the lessons begin with a quick introductory video. It helps you understand where it is that we're talking about, the part of the world, maybe even the people, the culture, or the history of that place. And then as you go in your physical textbook, there's pictures to show what it is that we're reading about. Well, those pictures are also in your online textbook, and they can be seen and utilized to help your reading comprehension right here. Now, in your online textbook, some of those turn into interactive materials that they'll have an icon listed in the corner or right in the middle of the page that allow you to utilize those things to enhance your understanding. So this one you can click on and see that it's a little bit of a PowerPoint to show you the difference between how things change over time. We're probably reading about that, so you can see that live in person through your online textbook. What's also really great about that online textbook, in terms of when you are reading each section, it allows you to actually listen to it instead of read it. You click on this headphone tab right here at the top, click the play button, it will read for you everything on this individual page. To get to the next page, you then click on this little numbered tab down below, and it pops up right at the top if you have that reading tab open to continue reading what is on this second page. You can see that in every part of this lesson there is something specifically for you to read through that corresponds exactly with what the notes are going to look like. So our very first part of the lesson said geographers think spatially. Your notes would match that up. Each part of the notes is going to be in a specific graphic organizer format. In this case, it's asking you to do a true and false question. You'd read those directions. While you're reading, you're filling out this page as part of the in-class activity. Now back to our resource page. Any other instructions or activities that go along with World Geography would be found here. A lot of times your homework for World Geography is actually going to just be linked to your connected page. So if you're back here at what is the student page, right here in this blue section is where your assignments and your quizzes are going to show up. If they don't show up here, the second way in which you can find those is to click this See All, in which they would be listed in this format. After we would watch the video, do the reading, and fill out those notes, there might be a comprehension quiz that goes along with each of those lessons to make sure that we have a full understanding of the content that we're learning about. Hope that helps.